Evening everyone and welcome back to YTCSC, YouTube's Celtic Supporters Club. My name is Mark Campbell and I am your host. Video tonight shouldn't be too long, just around the meeting with the fan groups and Celtic CEO Michael Nicholson. Just to run over my thoughts on that and let you know what I think is happening and what I am seeing. Now, not everyone's going to agree with me, and that's absolutely fine. But if you agree, if you don't agree, let's get comment and let's get some debate around this because it's an important one for me. Before we get started, if you've not subscribed, please click subscribe. We are nearly at 1100. We're at 1083, which is brilliant. Continuing to move in the right direction. Lots of new subscribers, and thank you very much to everyone who has recently subscribed and to all our old and regular subscribers. So thank you very much. Again, I'll give this one another one. We are giving away a free era t-shirt. We've got size 5 to 6 and a size 9 to 10. I'll give one of them away at the end of the month. All you have to do to get into that is comment your name on YouTube. If you are seeing this on TikTok, please go to YouTube and subscribe to YTCSC and comment your name on there, and you will get a free entry in for the t-shirt. So without further ado, let's jump into the quick video. Okay, so what do I want to talk about this afternoon and what do I want to get off my chest? Michael Nicholson met with a couple of fan groups yesterday, and I wanted to just talk about that. I feel the Celtic board right now are playing games with the Celtic fans as they grow continuously and more frustrated and restless at the same time. So the last few days have been rough for us as Celtic supporters, not just because of the results on the pitch with Kyra and getting knocked out the Champions League, but because of the chaos that is coming from inside our club itself. It's been one disaster stepping on to the next one. But we are getting ourselves together as Celtic fans, and we are looking at the bigger picture, and we're trying to unite and have one voice, which is brilliant. Will it work is the question. I hope it does. I hope we can force some change and make our club a better place and get us into the playing field with some of the clubs that we should be for the size of the club that we are. So for me, two things stand out. First, the fractured meeting between the supporters groups and the board, and second, an anonymous insider briefing against Brendan Rodgers, paper most Celtic fans most likely would touch. So together they tell the same story. The board is dodging responsibility. They are spinning the narrative and hoping the fans turn on each other instead of them. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. I had someone commenting on my previous video about clueless podcasters and blah blah blah, and that's fine, right? That's his opinion. Maybe just shouldn't watch Celtic podcasts if he thinks we're all clueless. But in this one, I think Celtic fans need to stick together. We're very good at that. This is a big moment, I think, in Celtic's history. If we can actually get ourselves together and make this change, it's going to be tough, but I think it can be done. I think we have got the best fans in the world. I think we've got a lot of passionate people who really love their club, and hopefully we can take the step and make change. So what I think Celtic are trying to do is divide and distract, basically. So Celtic CEO Michael Nicholson, he met with Celtic Supporters Association this week. While the affiliation of Registered Celtic Supporters Club, they held a separate meeting later, so they didn't do it together. that split is exactly, for me, that is exactly what the board wants. They want to divide the support. They want to water down the pressure that is coming their way, and they want to keep control, divide and conquer, basically, which is their plan. Feedback from those who attended, the same tired lines. Apparently, we have got an apology for poor communication. Well, that's an understatement. Not poor communication, no communication. Absolutely no communication, none. So where we can get rid of the poor, just delete the poor and put no. No communication at all. Vague promises of dialogue. So we've heard all of that before. We've heard it before, and nothing has transpired. We heard the usual sound bites about transfers being complicated. Hurts my eyes, actually, when I hear that now. So, transfers being complicated. Yes, a transfer's complicated. Brendan comes out and says that often enough himself. It's not going to be easy when you're having to pay a certain amount of money for a club. Two clubs have to be happy with it. Then you've got the agent, then you've got the player. Of course, it's complicated. Every other big club in Europe manages to get the job done. Every club with ambition, every club that wants to play in the Champions League, every club that has a board who want to move forward, a board who want to take their football club forward, manage to get the job done. Why can't we? In reality, actually, nothing was delivered from the meeting. Nothing ever is. Um, our transfers, we get nothing from it, to be honest. So the briefing against Brendan, the press leak, always a wee insider or a wee press leak. Who is the insider, and why has it come out now that there's an issue? Claiming Brendan Rodgers is engineering an exit from Celtic, and that he's tearing the club apart, right? So I think Brendan will want to leave now. Every Celtic fan's the same, right? Why would you not? So maybe he is engineering an exit now. If it was me, I would be doing the same. I would be wanting to get out because you can't get the players in to actually get you to move the club forward. He said it himself, if you want somebody to maintain, I'm not your guy. So he's sticking to his word, and if it was me, I would be doing the same thing. If you're not going to get backed and you're not going to get what you need to take the club forward, I'm out. A job's a job. If you're not getting the backing for the people behind you, then so be it. But where does this insider come from at this time? Who is it? Let's find out who that is. So all of this is after the manager made it clear when he returned that his goal was to make Celtic a stronger team and take them further in Europe. Now, with proper investment behind him, I think he could have. We all thought the same when we got to the end of the Bayern Munich game. This is the start of something special. This is the start of a Celtic team that we can all be proud of in Europe, and a club that actually are progressive and want to grow and get into the Champions League consistently and be that team that are always there, that are always churning good players out, that are always churning good performances out, that are well recognised and well respected in Europe. Well, that one didn't quite work out, did it? Instead, what's happened is Brendan has been handed a weaker squad. So many failed transfer deals, and late panic buys. We didn't even really get late panic buys, actually, did we? We normally get late panic buys, and this time we didn't even get the late panic buys. We tried to panic buy later. Did we try and panic buy later? As the question. Dolberg is another one. Did we actually do enough to try and get him over the line? The idea that he's the first manager to question the board also, I have to laugh at that. We've had O'Neill, Strachan, Lennon, Postecoglou, they all said the same thing. The problem isn't Brendan. The problem has to be the board. It's an allergic reaction to ambition. They have a fear of going and growing and becoming bigger and better. That's my opinion. We have a board It is absolutely stuck in the past. The truth is really hard to ignore, and it's not great when you're looking at the club that you love, the club that you support, the club that you want to back. When you're looking at these people who sit in the boardrooms, who get paid an awful lot of money, and they are out of touch. They are out of touch. You have to be honest with that. They are out of touch. I know some people will pat the board in the back for the job that they've done, quite rightly so. Right up until now, the board have kept us financially in a good place. They have not been progressive and strong enough to grow as though for the past few years. Yes, we're financially strong, but we are not in the place that Celtic fans want us to be, and we're not in the place that we should be. Financially sound, not growing at all, at all. We lost 20 million by not qualifying for the Champions League, and we sold 20 million worth of players. That's a funny number, that, isn't it? It's funny that the both of them tie in. Anyway, like I said, a board stuck in the past. Truth, really hard to ignore. We've got the same people that have ran Celtic for decades now. They are clinging to power while our wonderful club stagnates. That's really what's happening. So we've got millions sitting in the bank, a stadium that lags behind most stadiums of our size because nothing's been done to it in so long. The youth academy underused. Underused is an understatement. Hopefully we've got Kobe Donovan coming through as right back for the next few weeks. And he does really well, and maybe he can establish himself, and that's brilliant. But our youth academy is so poor, so underused, it's unbelievable. We also have transfer windows that end in embarrassment. That's probably the worst one for me. I'm not going to lie. Really, really bad. So in most modern organisations, board members rotate out after I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. We've got these guys that are here for decades. Yes, it's great that we've got people that love Celtic and want to stay around, but it's not great for the Celtic team and the Celtic club to move forward. They create a closed shop that looks more like a private club than a modern football organisation. We've got a boys' club in there that all kind of rotate around Dermot, Desmond, who seems to call the shots, Peter Lawwell, who still pulling the strings in the background, and Michael Nicholson, who seems to be a CEO who just does what he's told, to be perfectly honest. So the fans deserve better, in my opinion, and probably in most of your opinions. The supporters bankroll this club. They fill the stands, they travel across Europe, they invest their time and money, they will spend fortunes on anything that comes out, any kit that comes out, any horrible kit that comes out. The kids have to have the new strip, and it costs a lot of money for parents like me to actually go and get your wee boy the new strip all the time. It's ridiculous the amount of money a football top costs now. It's absolutely ridiculous. What do they get in return? They get excuses, they get spin, and they get a boardroom that refuses to change. It just refuses to modernise. So the real questions for me can't be dodged. One, what are Celtic's actual ambitions in Europe? Is it to get into the Champions League? Is it really to get into the Champions League? Because it didn't look like it for me, for where I'm standing, for that shot there. If it is it to get into the group stage? Is it to survive the group stage, or is it to get out of the groups? What is the progress that we want to be making? What is our ambition? Second one for me is, why is the transfer process still really reactive and amateurish? I don't really need to say much more about that. I think everybody will agree that over the years we have been so poor in the transfer market. We take our time, apart from Postecoglou, but that was probably Postecoglou knew the players that he wanted to get and go and bring them in. Maybe Don Mackay had a wee hand in that, and that's why you get a quick kick up the arse and out the door, which says its own story, to be honest. 3, why are the fans treated like an afterthought? Why are they treated like an afterthought with every decision that's made, when we are the lifeblood of this club? That's not what the board think. That's not how the board see us. They don't see us as the lifeblood. They just see us as an afterthought. They see us as a money cash cow. We have an 18,000 waiting list, so season ticket holders aren't even valuable anymore because they can be replaced very, very quickly. Just don't get it. I don't get the way the board treat fans at this time. So the way forward, or what the board wants to divide fans. That is basically what they're trying to do now. Unity is the only way for Celtic fans. Need to stick together, need to keep doing what we're doing. One meeting, one voice, one set of demands. No more closed, cosy chats. No more chances to twist words and see promises quietly fade away into the background, because that is what happens. Celtic supporters they're not daft, so we're not fools. They see through the cracks and the leaks and the excuses and the spin, and they know where the blame lies. If things stay as they are, Celtic face another decade of wasted European potential. We've seen so much opportunity go down the pan, and it is unbelievable how much money Celtic could have made if the board were wise, how much money they could have made, how strong the team could be, and just how far we could have progressed. We could have been a solid Champions League club by now. We should be a solid Champions League club by now, and we are not. So fans unite for real change. It can become possible. I think peaceful protests, continuous protest is a way. I like the voice of the Celtic fan, and the board cannot do anything but listen and hear what's happening if we just continue if we start protesting, if we start doing what we need to do during before the games, half time, after the games. Don't do it during the game. Don't do it during the 90 minutes. Let the boys play and support the team. We need to stay on top of the team and supporting them. So we can do it. It's possible. The choice is really simple for Celtic fans. Stay divided and accept stagnation, because that is what we've got. We've got stagnation. Or stand together and let's force accountability. Let's see if we can get this board to actually either have a clear out, get the dead wood out and bring in some new blood, or really take a step back and change their ways. I can't see them changing their ways, right? But those are the only two options. I can't see anything else. I would love to know what you think. So please pop your comments in. Please be respectful. If there's any disrespectful comments, I'm just going to delete them. I'm not going to get back and forward with people that can't actually be respectful. So please, if you've got a different opinion, I'm all for it. I'm all for debating that and having a chat with you, but please be respectful. So let's see what comes of this. And thank you very much. Have a nice Saturday night, and hail, hail.